Greetings and salutations, everyone. I am, as always, Darth Devious, bringing you another video review. This time from Transformers 4 Age of Extinction. It's the Voyager class, Hound. You see nice artwork there of Hound on there, chewing on a bullet, though he's chewing on it backwards. I think he'd want to chew on it the other way so he doesn't shoot himself in the mouth, but who am I to judge with a robot that's covered with bullets and ammo belts? This guy's got a lot of weapons. A lot of weapons. Now, in the film, he's going to be voiced by John Goodman. So, you know, there's that to look forward to. And I guess it makes sense with him having a little bit of a belly here, even though the toy doesn't. Though I'm betting somebody in the third party will make up this part here to put over the toy at some point in time. Somebody get on that. There's, you know, the Transformers logo, the new one there that they're using. And if you want to read his bio, go for it on your own time. And you see on the back here, you have him in his robot mode with all these weapons and stuff attached to him. And there's his truck mode with the weapons attached to him. And yeah. And Galvatron, who I'm not getting. I'm not planning on getting Galvatron. Don't ask. This toy just does not scream Galvatron to me. Sorry. Just not. Alright. Out of here, box. Sick looking at you. And here we have Hound in his military vehicle mode with all the weapons attached. I have all the weapons attached. Including underneath, there's the knife and the two smaller pistols. And they store in his legs, which is kind of cool. I like that. That they thought of that. And this is a really nicely detailed military vehicle. You know, it's got some nice headlights painted in. It's got the Oshkosh vehicle logo. Some more lights here. You got your twin smokestacks here. A spare tire, which actually absolutely has no other purpose than to be sitting there as a spare tire. It's pretty cool. And on this side, a lot of people are like saying, oh, there's another smokestack. No. A lot of military vehicles like this, and Humvees are the same way, military ones, they go into water. And whenever they go into water, the engine draws air from here. This is a snorkel for the engine, so that they can go through rivers and shallow waterways and things like that. That's what it's there for. Alright, anyway. On the back, he's got molded in taillights. They're not painted. I am not happy with that, but I will be taking care of that myself. So yeah, once I record this review, I'm going to be painting him up. Hopefully I'll have him done before I actually put the review up, and I'll put some pictures. You know? Or I'll do an addendum like I did with Optimus Prime. Speaking of which, we'll bring him in, and you can see how they look together. As I knock off weapons, yeah, that's one of my little problems with him. And, he does look a little small next to Optimus. They are almost in the same scale, you could say. I think Hound, vehicle-wise, would be a little bit taller. Would be almost as tall as Optimus is. But, you know, it's not a bad look. As you see, his weapons are all pegged in here, and yeah, they like to fall off. These two especially, they don't. The pegs here are just not quite thick enough. I'm probably gonna put a little bit of future finish in here. These are kind of cool, little 5-barreled weapons, and you can flip out their handles. If I can, come on, there you go. And this one has a stress mark. Came right out of the package with that stress mark on there. What can I do? Hasbro's quality control. These two are pistols, and then, you know, you got more pistols and other stuff. You see everything's coming off. This one's kind of cool because it opens up. You take this part and flip it out. Eventually, that flips out. This part flips, you see, and becomes this 3-barreled Gatling gun. This is just cool. But you can also add the other weapons to this. So you can really weapon this guy up. I mean, you can see there it's got the slots for the for these guns, so they can peg in. This is just crazy. This is crazy. Telling you. I don't know what Hasbro was thinking with this one. And then these can plug in at the front of these. We are entering into wild territory here, people. And then you can take the smaller pistols that are right now in his lower legs, and you can plug them in here too if you wanted to, and just really make a BFG of Doom. BFG. So yeah, that's kind of cool that you can do that. So there you go. I just like having this gun like this. This is just a big badass gun by itself. Really cool. I'm going to take those off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get him into his robot mode. And we'll take a look at that. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, and here we have Hound in his robot mode. And he's really cool in this mode. You know, I was on the fence about getting him when I first saw like some of the test shots and things like that. I thought he looked weird, but you know, he's really cool. He really is. See, I've got all his weapons stored on him. And you don't have to store them like this. You can put the big gun in one of these ports back here and sling it sideways. You know, you can put the little guns that are here. You see, you got little guns here. You could put them elsewhere. And you can put stuff all over him. He's just a walking arsenal. He really is. Some nice details painted on this mode. You get this nice red part in his chest. Some silver around it. Some silver at his just below his knees, which is nice. You got some gold going on here on the big bullets on his arms. Then you got this. These are soft rubber ammo belts here. I'm probably going to try and hit them with something to make them look better. One thing I noticed, it was on the box art, and I'm glad they actually kept it, that you have the headlights here. And you can see here the headlights on the robot and on the truck, from the truck mode on the back of the robot. And you can see the silver and the gold. And then they kept that on his shoulders, which is good. That's a good good little trick there. And some more silver paint in his waist. And this waist joint is not for transformation. This is just part of his articulation. I love it when they do that. And there's even a nice little Autobot symbol here in his abdomen. Well, sadly, he's not chewing on a bullet, but you know, nobody's perfect. I'm sure somebody's got to come up with a head for him that does do that, and we'll zoom in on the head. As you can see there, he's got that robotic beard going on. And the head, other than the top, this is hard plastic, but like the rest of this is rubber. Like you see, he's got nice light blue eyes. His head moves back and forth. The beard kind of hinders it, but you see it moves out of the way a little bit. So it's not too bad. And it doesn't go up and down, it just swivels back and forth. So that's one shame. But like I like how these side panels from the truck clip in onto the rear view mirrors in there. And they lock in really securely, really securely. So I mean, he tabs in nicely. The one flaw I could say with him, he has a tendency to not stand very well because he doesn't have that much of a heel spur. He's only got this little nub for a heel spur. He could have used an actual heel spur, but you know, what can you do? And I also find it weird how his arms are kind of bent outward. I know it's supposed to be just the ammo belts over his arms, and underneath you've got like this solid part in there, and he does have a wrist swivel. It's hindered because of the rubberized plastic, but you know, it still works. He's got a double elbow. Look at that. It's not a fully functioning double elbow, but it's a really good double elbow. And a lot of people have been grumbling about how you got this little bit of kibble here, but you know, you can use them. It's like they're punching guards, so you can just punch the crap out of Decepticons. I also like how the knife stores here. There's a little peg hole So you can sling it across his chest like this. That's just badass, I think. So for articulation, you know, I showed you his head. He's got pin and socket here at the shoulder. He has full 360 there. I told you he's got double elbow. He's got slight wrist articulation. It's a little hindered, but it does work. The waist joint, which is nice. In and out here, the thigh, up, back. It doesn't go back very much because of the sculpt. I mean, I'm sure you could probably shave that down at an angle, and it would give you more articulation. But really, it's not needed. And his knees, he's got the swivel here, but it kind of gets locked right here. You can see that. And knee, 90 degrees. And knees move at the feet. It can help with posability a little bit, but not too much. Not too much. So yeah, he's out now. I recommend this one. I've always been a fan of Hound since the G1 days. I like how he was a Jeep in G1. I like the classics Hound, who I'll bring in real quick because he just happens to be within reach. Though dusty, because I haven't dusted things in a while. Oh, worst reviewer ever! You can see, you know, here he is with his classics incarnation. And that's pretty cool. It's a nice update for the character, I think, you know, to fit him in with the movie universe where he's, you know, more militaristic. Put Hound back. We'll bring in Optimus real quick so you can compare the two. And you can see Optimus is much taller. And he's bulkier. Which leads me to believe, I think they were originally planning on calling him Bulkhead. It would have made more sense to me calling him Bulkhead. He's got that kind of mass to him. But Hound works as well. I can see that. So there you go. I recommend this guy. He's really cool. Go out and find him. I found him at Toys R Us. Seems to be where the newer figures are hitting first. So there you go. Most Toys R Us's have a huge Transformers display going on right now. So it's easier to find some stuff. Alright? So you all be good. If you thought this shotgun that Optimus had was bad, you ain't seen nothing. This guy's got guns everywhere. If I send him after you, he gonna get you with something eventually. Though he likes gutting people with that knife. Be good. Later. Alright, so tossing this at the end of the Hound review here. And showing off some of the paint details I added to him. And there's not a lot. Zoom in some more so you can see. Now basically I put gray inside the wheels, inside the rims, so it looks more military. Painted in the gas tank and stuff. If I had an airbrush, I probably would have done the camouflage thing, but I don't have an airbrush, so that's not going to happen. Did the smokestacks here. Painted in some of the rivets along his side and some of these latches for these containers and stuff. Just some small details here and there. Added some silver to the rearview mirrors. The hatches up here. Added the side blinkers there. Painted this soft rubber part silver. Did the windshield wipers. You know, painted the snorkel a darker color so it stands out. And in the back I added the taillights. Not a lot of detail in this mode. I did add a little bit into robot mode too. So I'm going to throw them in robot mode real quick and I'll let you look at that. We'll be right back. Alright, and here we have Hound in his robot mode. So you can see some of the details I added. And the biggest thing I did was paint all these bullets in his arms a bronze color. A metallic bronze color. To look like the jackets on the bullets and stuff like that. And I think that came out pretty good. That looks really nice. Otherwise, I only picked up some small details like this Little bar there. There's little parts in here on his inner thighs there that look like part of the tires. Did his kneecaps. Did this little silver detail in here. I did this vent area on his butt. Got a vent on his butt. Why has he got a vent on his butt? But yeah, Hound really didn't need a lot of paint unless you were going to do the whole camouflage paint scheme, which I wasn't going to do. But still, yeah, I still recommend this guy. You know, really cool. If you can get the bronze paint to do this, it really makes these stick out a little bit better and look like, you know, the whole ammo belt things that are on his arms. Other than that, he really didn't need a lot of detail. So there you go. So that's Hound. Alrighty. Later.